Hi everyone!
Hey, welcome back!
Welcome back. So as you can see, we've been tanning today.
Yeah, I'm a little bit red.
As you
Might have to
can
filter
see.
that off.
We've been having really sunny days here. Really sunny days. It's been so hot and
Too hot.
Too
You know
hot.
that hot that's just like too hot.
and we're like so blessed. I live in this amazing, what I call mansion, that my friend has been super nice to lend it out to me because they're stuck in Sweden and I'm in France. So her family gave me the opportunity to stay in their amazing villa in Villefranche. So I don't know if you've been on my Instagram and seen some photos. It's absolutely amazing here in Villefranche. You have this amazing view. So if you're coming to south of France, or if you are here or close by or whatever, definitely a place to visit. It's so nice, yeah.
The view is absolutely stunning, like incredible. And it's one of those ones that where you first like come and then it's just sort of like breathtaking.
Yeah.
So when I saw your picture when I was back in the UK, I was like, oh.
Can I come and visit?
I need to come.
So a big shout out to my best friend Alva. So nice that we can take your house and just live here. The quarantine has been really good to me, actually, because I had the chance to be here. I mean, I was stuck in my apartment for 1 month. Small, tiny apartment. And then I had a phone conversation with Alva and she talked with her parents and here I am. And I've been in this amazing place for like over a month now.
Yeah, it's been a month,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're going to talk a bit about our quarantine days, what it was like at the start of quarantine for us, and then how the situation has kind of changed and progressed, and what we're doing now on a typical day.
Yes.
Oh.
So like I said, I first started off in my apartment actually. I have an apartment in Nice, or I had an apartment in Nice where I stayed for a full year. It was my student accommodation that I got from my school. And actually the rent was really great. I loved the place, the environment.
Had an amazing balcony,
Yeah,
which we spent many nights on.
Yeah, it was great.
It was
And
lovely.
so it's how big was it? It was like 20.
I don't know in square meters.
I will say maximum of like 20 square meters or something, with a kitchen and like literally like you can't see it, but this living room right here was the size of my apartment with the kitchen and like the toilets and everything. So when the quarantine started, I lived in my apartment. I stayed for a month. It was actually really like cozy. Like I didn't complain much. But obviously, when I had this phone call with Alva, and she was asking me, like, how are you doing this? Like, how can you stay in that apartment or something? I said, well, the quarantine would have been more nice if I was in your mansion. And then she was like, you know what?
Girl.
So yeah, thank you so much from here. Mwah. But yeah.
So how was you finding it, like, being in quarantine? Because obviously you started quarantine off in France.
Yeah.
And I was in the UK, so things were a little bit different for me than for you.
Yeah, I think we started quarantine March 14th, yeah, if I'm right, like in the...
Somewhere around that, mid-March.
Yeah, mid-March. And what happened was that I couldn't, like, you know, all of a sudden you can't go to work anymore. You have to start working from home.
Yeah.
So basically that's how it started. And to be honest, like in the beginning, I didn't take it seriously at all. I thought this was a whole, like, you know, a big thing that people were going to talk about, and then all of a sudden it was going to be gone, and then like
Finished.
in like May we wouldn't even remember that this happened, you know. So I was like, I wasn't so serious about it. I thought it was going to change really quickly. So I worked from home. Yeah, and then they started adding up rules as well, like along the way.
Oh yeah, like
You
curfew
couldn't-
and stuff. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. Like you had to have this document saying like you have to, how was it? You had to like cross if you were going to work, if you could not teletravail, like if you couldn't work from home, and you had to go to work, you had to have a documentation from your work saying like, yes, this person needs to come to work. and then can you explain that? I'm so bad at explaining
Okay,
things.
so basically, you can either do it online or you can do it as like a paper attestation.
First, it was only
form, isn't it?
paper.
So basically, you have to fill in to say whether you're going to work, and sometimes they ask for you to have an employment letter as well of
Yeah,
like
exactly.
why you're going to work and where your office is. And then you have to fill in whether you're going to the shop, pharmacy, to do exercise. Like you couldn't even run down like Nice Promenade without having.
Only 1 kilometers
Yeah.
of only 1 kilometers away from your home. So you have to write down your address,
Yeah.
your birth date, and then your name, and then you always have to carry an ID with you just in case you were stopped. And then you were only able to go out for like 1 hour.
1
max.
hour, yeah.
So, and then first of all, like first we didn't even have this whole mask thing. Like people didn't wear masks, and like I remember. You know, like on our way to Monaco for work, for example, we could see sometimes like foreign people wearing face mask or mask,
Yeah.
and then I was always the one laughing. Like, karma hit me hard. I was like, you know, it's like it was really, you know, like you look weirdly at the person who wears the mask. Like, are you sick? Are you scared of me? Should I be scared of you? But now all of a sudden, like people wear a mask, and I was still like, why though? And then, like, not even a long time ago, I think in the beginning of May, they decided that like everyone should wear
has
a
to
mask.
Yeah. So, yeah. Shall I start with like what I did in the UK? Or not?
No, I think I should do it first. No, basically, okay, wait. Let me just finish my story.
Sorry, I cut you off halfway there.
Yeah. What else? What happened? Like, it wasn't really like, for me, it wasn't hard. I mean, obviously, I wasn't alone. I lived with someone. So for me, it was like, I know it can be really hard for people who's alone. Like, if I was alone, I will be sad every day. You know, like, it's nice for a couple of days, and then you kind of, like, need something to stimulate. You know, you need to go out, you need to do something, you need to call your friends. Like, even if I lived with someone, I still had to urge to, like, call my friends and, like, hey, talk to me.
It's really weird. Like, it's really, I don't know, we're used to always being out and going. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks. That's really sweet of you. We're used to like being out, going to the beach, going for a drink after work, socializing.
Yeah.
Like we were hardly ever home really. Like
Yeah.
just meeting with new people and stuff. So obviously with the quarantine and things, you're cut off from that kind of world.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And we just like starting to get used to like going to the gym, and then
Oh, yeah.
obviously, yeah, we tried. Just the world didn't let us. No, we were just getting used to that, and you know, after like the New Year's Eve and everything, like New Year, new me, new beginnings, whatever. We had plans,
Yeah.
and it was
And
like
2020 was like, no, it's not happening.
cancelled. Oh, you planned that? Cute.
Oh, rethink that staying at home.
Yeah. And also like our trip this summer got cancelled.
Yeah.
Lauren gave me Christmas present. We were going to Ibiza.
Yeah. I was gonna show her Ibiza and take her on there.
Well, that's cancelled. I don't know what type of bad karma I had on that one, but
Oh, actually, talking about bad karma, like she's been saying stuff recently, like, "Oh, that's nice," and then it breaks.
yeah. Oh, so basically, I'm originally Turkish. Yeah, and in Turkey we believe a lot in the evil eye. Like you've probably seen it somewhere. Well,
On there.
I have it somewhere here. It's like a blue eye. It protects you from like evil eyes. Like it doesn't have to be evil. Like maybe I say like, oh my god, your necklace is so beautiful, and then that evil eye will protect your necklace from any damages. So when you wear, when you wear an evil eye and some like bad thing comes to you, the evil eye will break instead of, for example, your necklace. But
Yeah.
obviously she doesn't have the evil eye, so I said, oh, nice glasses.
Oh yeah, my Ray-Bans. She was like, "Oh, that's nice. They're really nice. I really like them." I was like, "Thanks."
5
And
minutes
then
later.
I pulled them off my head, and then they were broke, and I was like, yeah, nice one.
That was the only one. That was
So
the
she owes me new glasses.
yeah. But yeah, Ibiza, bad karma. Speaking of that. Yeah, so a lot of plans got cancelled for us this year. I was expecting more from my work, but with works, like on the work side when I work with marketing, a lot of the contracts got cancelled. Obviously the company lost money, and yeah, it's a long story, but it wasn't as I expected it would be. Ooh, Ferrari. I think, maybe. That's the only sports car I know.
Oh, it sounds nice.
Yeah, it sounds
I don't know
nice.
if you can hear it actually.
Yeah.
It's probably really, really quiet. But yeah.
But yeah, so on the work side got cancelled as well. So like whole 2020 is cancelled. Work life got cancelled.
Social plans got cancelled.
Social plans got cancelled.
Holiday.
I lost my apartment. Sometimes things like that happens, but I just see it as a new opportunity coming into me. Like if we were gonna talk on a spiritual level, but yeah, shit happens. But I have this amazing opportunity to live in this mansion, so it doesn't even feel like I lost my apartment. Like I have troubles economically.
It's been tough. Okay.
Yeah, it's been tough. I think it's been tough not only for me, but for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I know that many people can probably like relate to my situation, but we gotta say like positive. I've been looking for a lot of like things out there. It also drove me to learn more things. Like obviously we started a YouTube channel. Like I don't know if I would have done that 2020 if it didn't happen.
I think it was a good time just to kind of ground yourself, reflect, really realise what's important in life as well.
Exactly.
I've noticed quite a bit different as well.
Yeah. When we got to know each other, we started doing a lot of things, but a lot of things started to be like our, how do you say, like normal daily life.
Yeah.
So like I knew, like every weekend I knew exactly what to do, especially during the summer. Like Lauren and I, we had this thing. I used to work on Saturdays, but on Sundays I was off, and obviously she was off as well. So we went out to a beach club, and we rented sunbeds, and we had wine and food and everything.
Yeah. Met loads of people. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Obviously, I had to sit in the shade because I burn super easily. And I would share pictures with you, but basically I resemble a squashy sweet, like super pink on my front and then super white everywhere else. So yeah, a couple of times that's happened, and now I sit in the shade. So the sun is different here. It's a different heat.
Basically, we started to do things like the same things over and over again. I don't complain. Like I didn't complain then.
I really enjoyed it.
Exactly. Like I knew every time I knew what to do during the weekends. Sometimes we were like, oh, after work she would do something, but we didn't really like. For me, it feels like we did the same things. Like we went to the same place. We were always talking about like maybe we shouldn't choose that restaurant. Maybe we should choose another one. But then like you're tired and you're like, well, I just want to go there. I just want to enjoy my time, and then I know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, can you relate?
Yeah.
So with this 2020 thing, like, I started to think a little bit outside of the box, I think. It's just like, did you though?
Did you?
No, not outside the box, but like I started thinking about like
different
things, new things. Obviously, YouTube.
Oh, this was also another thing. So every time like we had our daily call, if she would pick up her phone, she would always tell me. Yeah. Well, I have to like reiterate my point. She'd be like, okay, we need to do this. This is what we need to do. And then she'd be like, I'm sending you some links. You need to watch these. And I'm like, I've got a lot going on at the moment. I'm quite busy. She's like, you need to watch them. I'm like, okay, fine.
But like when people send me things like watch this, I sometimes like if I'm not in the mood, I don't watch it. And people don't usually check out with me. Like I barely get any messages asking, hey, did you watch this video I sent you? So for me, it's like, well, maybe it wasn't that important.
Yeah.
But what I do, if I send you a song or like a YouTube clip, I'm making sure that you fucking watch that. Oops, I'm sorry. I'll make sure that you watch that.
I didn't even realize what you said then. I was like, oh.
Well, you can say that on YouTube. I don't understand.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, whatever. But
also, like, I found being back in the UK and kind of like realizing what I have here as well. It really, I don't know, really opened my eyes to like how much of a beautiful place it is where we live.
Yeah.
How much I kind of took it for granted. Like I'm sure plenty of you guys like feel like that as well. And taking people for granted as well, really. Like, I always, I don't know, I'm just so used to seeing you as well, and I don't usually, oh God, I'm gonna get upset.
Don't cry.
And then, so being away from you, it was really difficult. Oh my God, please don't look at me like that, because I'm gonna start welling up.
This happens sometimes. We just had it on camera now.
And I haven't had a drink. I'm drinking lemonade.
Yeah, it's just lemonade.
So like, obviously, like, you miss those things. You miss your daily life. I even missed going to the office. Like, we used to have loads of banter in the office as well. I work with like such amazing people. But sometimes, like, when you wake up in the morning, you think, oh, I wish I could just work from home today. And then obviously you're working from home every single day, and you're thinking, oh, actually it isn't as great as I first thought. So obviously that was a little bit tough. And being back in the UK,
I actually enjoy working from home though.
well, I do, but I think it's more about like finding your routine. I think if you're used to going to the office every day and then you're having to work from home, you need to try and keep that routine. Like, obviously there's a couple of days where you can kind of forgive yourself if you're not doing like exactly what you need to, but you need to keep your mind active and you need to keep focus. Otherwise you kind of like go into a little spiral and like... I also found as well, so obviously with my work we have no events until towards the end of the year. So last week was supposed to be the Monaco Grand Prix, which I'm really sad that we didn't do anything for. But I found...
So it's been a year, a full year.
So like, it's been quite tough not having that, but also in like the work side of things, it gave us time to plan ahead for next year already. And I also found that when I was speaking with our clients and our partners and things like that, that they were more open to like finding new things and branching out and having different conversations rather than the usual ones that you'd have. So I kind of think in a good way that this quarantine coronavirus thing has had like more of a positive effect, and people are, what's the word I'm looking for? Coming together? I don't know if I'm saying that right, am I?
Yeah.
So that's been really nice, having some amazing conversations with people. Obviously meeting a lot of you guys online as well has given a chance to actually make new connections, which has been really nice. So one thing that I wish that I did do during lockdown was learn how to make banana bread.
Why is that a thing? I don't understand. Like,
I keep seeing it everywhere, and like my usual order at Starbucks is a caramel latte or a black coffee, but with banana bread and then like this raspberry compote thing.
I don't think I had a banana bread since like...
Have you not?
Since I was like maybe 12 or something. My mom made it. I've been having like banana cake. But what is this thing with like everybody making banana bread? Like, what is this?
I don't know, but it's making me hungry. Like every time I see it on Instagram, I'm like, I need that. But
I've been doing a lot of pancakes, by the way, speaking of banana bread.
Oh, yeah, this is also another thing. I'm really bad at making pancakes, and luckily for the Brits, we only have pancake day once a year. Most of mine have ended up on the ceiling when I've tried to do the little flip. But she can make like 15, 20 pancakes. They're all like perfectly round, perfectly thin. They're all the same. It's really weird. So I think we maybe should do like a little tutorial.
Like when I say pancakes, we also mean like the crepes, not like American pancakes, the thick ones. These ones are really, I don't know, maybe
Yeah, but that's the ones that we have in the UK.
I don't know. I think like in America, isn't that like when you say pancakes, I mean
maybe.
like the thick ones.
Yeah.
And then crepe is like the French like thin ones.
Yeah.
That's what we make in Sweden. So in Sweden we eat a lot of pancakes, I would say. So.
But they're really good. Yum.
That's my Swedish part, I guess.
So yeah.
But that's basically the only thing I can make here as well. Only thing I really enjoy making. I don't really like to cook. Like, I wouldn't say I can't cook. I believe that I can, but I choose not to.
Yeah, but also, usually we always eat out.
Yeah.
And now we can't. So I've actually had to learn to start cooking again.
Yeah.
Being back in the UK though, one of my favourite dishes, really simple and takes me back to student life. Beans on toast with cheese, right? and brown sauce. And I lived on that.
Never tried.
You never tried it?
Baked beans, yeah, but like that combination.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make it for you.
But
It's
last
the best.
summer, I was eating for breakfast. I didn't eat lunch, but breakfast and dinner, and enjoyed it. Like it wasn't because I couldn't afford or anything like anything else, which was also another part of it because I was spending on other things. But I was having fresh baked baguette
Ooh,
with what is it called, blue cheese. And butter. Like I could eat it every single day, and some tomatoes, sometimes a salad next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're really good.
It's really nice.
Okay, so obviously you've heard about everything that we've done so far, and we just want to give you an update on like what's happening right now. Hopefully, what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks as well. So yeah.
So France opened up a little bit more. Now we can go out more than 1 hour. Obviously, we can move 100 kilometers from our houses, but the problem is that we live inside of France, which means that we can't really like
Little circle.
There is a circle, yeah, and the circle goes out in the ocean.
Yeah, so we lose half of it,
Yeah.
and then also part of Italy as well, isn't it?
It goes to Italy, but we can't go to Italy yet if we're not like working there. If we really don't have to, so we kind of lose that as well. But we can go to like. Yeah, we live in Nice. Yeah, so we can go all the way to whatever. We can go 100 kilometers.
Like Cannes. You can go
yeah.
to Cannes, can't you?
Yeah. We can go to Cannes.
Yeah. So,
And we have to wear masks. Like I have seen people that don't wear masks like outside when they walk. So like you don't have to do that, but I feel like it's some form of like respect for other people to wear a mask, even though you're just like taking a walk. It can be really hard because now it's getting really, really hot here.
Yeah. So it's like quite difficult to like breathe.
It gets really like itchy.
Yeah,
and
and sweaty and
yeah,
it's very uncomfortable. But I also find the first one that I had, because I had to wear one on the plane to come back to France. The one that I had, the elastic really hurt the back of my ears.
Yeah.
But the one that I've got now is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like the most like comfortable thing to wear.
I've never worn a mask before.
No, me neither.
But yeah, so you don't have to wear it outside, but when you enter a supermarket, you have to wear it.
And on public transport as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's kind of fun to talk about. So we have trams, and we have trains and buses. You can't sit next to someone. So when you have two seated like this, one of the seats is like a sign on it. So I can only sit on the one that doesn't have a sign. And you know, like when there are like 4 seats, only one person can sit. And on the train stations, they have like footprints where you see how far away you have to be from each other. And there are controls everywhere, so people making sure that you don't actually sit where you shouldn't sit.
Yeah, and they're limiting the amount of people that can actually go onto the train.
Yeah.
I think they've made them more frequent because obviously they're at a smaller capacity, and then there's obviously a lot of people that are going back to work. So like Monaco was the first to open up before France. And so a lot of people are having to commute into Monaco again.
Yeah. And they also clean. I've seen them clean the tramways so much. And when you go down on the station, sometimes it's like a subway station. Yeah. So when you go down, you can't go down and wait inside the subway. You have to wait outside. So there's like a big line, and then there's a guard, and he lets you in when the tram comes, and then the tram literally just waits for you.
Now that Monaco's opened up, my company have said that we can go into the office twice a week. So I typically go in on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and then I work from home the rest of the week. But it's just nice to have that social interaction again. We're a lot smaller team now, so it's easier for everyone to be spaced out, and we've still got that social distancing thing. And we wear the masks, and we have all the hand sanitizers and stuff like that. So this is like so lazy of me, but with the shops, obviously everyone knows that you have to social distance. They can only allow a certain amount of people in and things like that. So I actually haven't done a big shop since I've been back. My dad's going to be really disappointed when I say this. But I have been ordering every single meal on Uber Eats.
Yeah. But to be fair though, it's not expensive.
It's not expensive, and it's super healthy. Like I've had
really nice
salads, bagels.
Actually, I would really say
good food.
that sometimes it's more expensive to buy your own food and then stand there and cook it than just get Uber Eats actually. So.
Yeah. And they arrive within 30 minutes. So it was quite handy, obviously, when I'm working from home. I could be sat there on my laptop, on my calls.
Yeah.
The Uber driver comes, delivers my food, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Really easy. And then I also ordered, you can do it on Uber, which is really weird, from Carrefour, so one of the actual supermarkets. I ordered my shopping.
Yeah.
And then the Uber driver came and delivered it. It was so sweet.
Also, France opened up its beaches. Not all of them.
No. Yeah.
Only some of them. So I live in Villefranche. It's a really like nice, calm,
tranquil,
nice neighborhood with an amazing beach. That's not open. I don't understand. But then we have Nice, where
there's no
everybody
sand.
is.
It's Pebble Beach.
In Villefranche is Pebble Beach.
No,
yeah.
in Nice.
Smaller pebbles, but then in Nice is like rocks. Yeah. Well, okay, off topic. So they opened up the beaches, but not here in Villefranche, but they opened in Nice, and you can't tan, like no sunbathing. They only want to see towels on the beaches if you are in the water. So if the police comes to check, and you're sitting on your towel, you will get fined 135 euros. So.
Yeah, so they've opened it for exercising, like group trainings, but no more than 10, is it?
Yeah, you can like kayak and stuff, do things like that, like activities in the water. And you can only sit like 10 meters away from someone. But yeah, like I said, strictly forbidden to be on the beaches that are still closed.
Okay, so that was a bit about our quarantine life, what we experienced and how we felt about it. But it would be really nice to know what you guys have done, what you've learned, how you felt, how you found it, and what it's like now, I guess. Are you returning to normal? I know most countries are still in lockdown, or they're re-entering the new phase of lockdown. So it'd be quite nice to know what you guys are going through as well.
Great. So that was it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your lovely support, as I always say. We'll be back soon with another video, so make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Also, if you have, I'm just cutting you off there. Also, if you have any ideas of what you want us to do a next video on, if you want to see something in particular, if you want us to take you somewhere, let us know. Yeah, it'll be really cool.
Awesome. Mwah. Bye bye.